Harvey Elliott admits he may need to leave Liverpool this summer to avoid what he says wasting years of his career. Elliott said, "It's just a situation that me and the team on my behalf have to have a conversation about because I'm coming to an age now where I'm 22, I'm going to be 23 next season, and I don't really want to be wasting years of my career because it's a short career."
Harvey Elliott made the statement during a candid sit-down with a football podcast, where he spoke openly about his ambitions, career development, and the future. While he did not confirm any immediate plans to depart, his use of the phrase "might leave" was enough to raise eyebrows. Elliott joined Liverpool from Fulham in 2019 as one of the brightest English talents. At just 16, he was the youngest player to appear in the Premier League at the time, and Liverpool's acquisition was widely seen as a coup. Under Jürgen Klopp, Elliott has seen periods of intense growth. His versatility, maturity, and work ethic earned him a place in the first team, especially during injury crises that tested squad depth. Despite glimpses of brilliance, Elliott has struggled to cement himself as an automatic starter. With fierce competition in Liverpool's midfield, especially following recent signings, his minutes have varied. Liverpool's midfield overhaul saw players like Alexis Mac Allister, Dominic Szoboszlai, and Wataru Endo join, creating a more competitive environment. For Elliott, that has meant more appearances from the bench than starts. In 2021, Elliott suffered a horrific ankle dislocation against Leeds United. His comeback was inspirational, but it inevitably affected his trajectory during a crucial developmental phase. This past season, Elliott played an important role as a utility midfielder, often brought on to inject energy and creativity late in matches. He finished with several assists and a few memorable goals but remained largely a rotational player. Elliott's statement reflects the classic tension many young players face, the desire for regular first-team football versus loyalty to a top-tier club that shaped them. "I love Liverpool. It's been my dream since I was a kid. But I'm a footballer, I need to play. So, yeah, there might come a time when I have to think about moving," Elliott said in the interview. Unsurprisingly, the reaction among fans was mixed. Some were understanding, acknowledging his need for playing time, while others expressed disappointment and concern. Within hours, clips of the interview were circulating widely on social media. Hashtags like Elliott leaving and LFC future trend, sparking debates about his importance to Liverpool's long-term plans. Sources close to the club suggest Liverpool were not caught off guard by Elliott's comments. Internally, there's belief he remains a vital part of their plans, but they respect his ambition. Jürgen Klopp has long praised Elliott's attitude and professionalism. While he has not publicly addressed the recent interview, insiders suggest he sees Elliott's remarks as a sign of maturity rather than discontent. Modern top-level football demands large squads, especially for teams competing on multiple fronts. Elliott's situation is not unique. Many talented players see limited minutes at elite clubs. Liverpool's midfield has undergone a transformation. Elliott's more attacking style has sometimes clashed with Klopp's demands for high-intensity pressing and defensive solidity in the middle third. Should Elliott seek a move, there would be no shortage of suitors. Clubs in the Premier League, Bundesliga, and La Liga would likely line up for his signature, valuing his youth and versatility. A key question is whether Elliott would push for a permanent exit or a loan deal. A temporary move could offer him playing time while keeping his Liverpool future alive. Elliott has often been compared to peers like Jude Bellingham, who secured a massive move to Real Madrid and now starts regularly. That kind of progress could influence Elliott's thinking. Elliott also harbors ambitions to become a regular in the senior England squad. Regular club football is often a prerequisite for that level of international recognition. From a financial standpoint, Elliott's value has increased. If Liverpool were to sell, they'd expect a sizable fee, especially considering his age, potential, and homegrown status. Elliott grew up a Liverpool supporter, and his emotional connection to the club runs deep. Any departure would not be taken lightly, and that was evident in his tone during the interview. He is known to be a positive figure in the dressing room. A decision to leave could affect team morale, especially among fellow young players who see him as a leader. With Klopp announcing his exit at the end of the upcoming season, Elliott may be thinking about what life at Liverpool looks like under a new manager and whether it includes him. The identity and philosophy of Liverpool's next manager could be a decisive factor in Elliott's decision. A coach favoring youth development could convince him to stay. Elliott's representatives are said to be exploring options but remain in discussions with Liverpool. Their focus, reportedly, is on securing a plan for consistent minutes. Some analysts argue that Elliott may flourish in a different tactical system, one that gives him more freedom to attack, rather than the high-pressing demands of Klopp's setup. Many Liverpool supporters are now calling on the club or Elliott to clarify his comments to avoid further speculation heading into the summer window. As football increasingly becomes a media spectacle, players' words carry significant weight. Elliott's honest reflection has ignited necessary dialogue about young player development. Elliott's situation recalls players like Raheem Sterling, who left Liverpool in pursuit of more responsibility and bigger challenges. Time will tell if Elliott follows a similar path. Liverpool's pre-season tour could provide Elliott a fresh opportunity to stake his claim, especially with a new tactical reset likely as Klopp begins his final campaign. One notable aspect of Elliott's game is his leadership, vocal on the pitch, supportive off it. His departure would represent a loss not just of talent but character. Several ex-Reds have publicly supported Elliott, noting that every player has the right to assess their career trajectory realistically, even if it's a tough decision emotionally. Any potential move would likely depend on timing. With Euro 2028 in sight, players like Elliott are thinking several years ahead, not just about next season. Elliott has not closed the door on staying. His might leave phrasing reflects a nuanced view. He is not demanding a transfer but remaining open to possibilities. This could also prompt Liverpool to re-evaluate his role, perhaps offering more consistent minutes to keep him invested in the club's long-term project. Regardless of what comes next, Elliott's willingness to be honest about his ambitions signals a level of maturity rare in young players. While the media may exaggerate the drama, the core of Elliott's message was clear: he loves Liverpool, but he also loves football and wants to play as much as possible. Liverpool must now navigate this carefully, balancing Elliott's development with squad needs, and keeping an eye on both short and long-term goals. Elliott's situation is symbolic of a wider challenge in elite football, keeping young talents happy, engaged, and integrated in clubs with deep and competitive squads. As of now, the decision appears to lie with Liverpool. Will they give Elliott more responsibility or risk losing a player who could be one of England's midfield greats?